The royal family members seemed to be in a rather tense situation. As a father, King Charles had harsh reactions. So what exactly did he do, and how did the people involved react? A source said King Charles overruled Prince William with the Harry and Meghan feud. What? Stop this lying PR, no way. We're going to discover all this in this video. A very warm welcome back to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel. Today, Express is reporting that Catherine, Princess of Wales, reached out to Meghan Markle to, quote, clear the air after the publication of Omid Scobie's bombshell book Endgame. Quoting the U.S. magazine In Touch Weekly, the outlet is claiming that King Charles acted as a peacemaker between his daughters-in-law, overruling his sons to try and put an end to this feud. The Insider reported, shortly after the book's allegations came out, Kate reached out to Meghan to clear the air. Charles forced Kate to become his peacemaker after William's refusal. She agreed because when it comes to the royal family, Kate has always taken her duties seriously. She does what she is told. This feud has gotten so unseemly and out of hand that it's starting to overshadow his reign and the entire monarchy. He wants to heal the rift once and for all. Alright, so maybe I'm the only one here, but I don't believe this story for a second. Charles would never ever force Catherine to reach out to Meghan Markle. He has way too much respect for her, and he cares too much for her as his daughter-in-law. This is just more PR coming from Team Sussex. And if it's true, you know Meghan is going to sell the conversation as soon as she gets the chance. I would never believe that William allowed Catherine to do such a thing. William has shown his feelings about Harry. There's no way he would have just stood by and watched his lovely wife grovel to that narcissistic evil witch. I just think it never happened. Catherine is also an individual in her own right, and there's no way that King Charles would make her call up Meghan Markle. He's already called out Meghan's lies about letters and phone calls. He didn't want to speak with her when Harry came to visit, but people are supposed to believe that he forced Catherine to call her. I mean, that is the problem with Meghan's PR. It just proves that she's a liar. I mean, just imagine the blowback if King Charles forced Catherine to call up Meghan Markle. He would lose everybody's loyalty by doing such a thing. But at least we can realize one thing through this whole mess. Almost everybody loves and protects Catherine, Princess of Wales. So Catherine has to stop allowing anybody to push her around. Stand up and fight, Catherine. We are behind you 100%. So let's think about this logically. Is there any possible explanation that one could give for both Catherine and Charles to be involved in several conversations with Harry, where they raised concerns about, according to Meghan, how dark his skin might be when he was born and what that would mean or look like? It's just unimaginable. I mean, even an overt racist would not risk exposing themselves like that. It's pretty obvious from what Meghan said in that Oprah Winfrey interview about how she couldn't understand why they couldn't make Archie a prince, because according to her, given the Commonwealth and all that, Archie should receive a prince title upon birth. And see, it would be beneficial that Meghan and Harry's argument about why they should make him a prince was mostly race-based, which is reasonable enough as an argument, but it certainly does point to them being the ones bringing up the whole issue of race and skin color in the several conversations. Since they were trying to use it as leverage to get the titles for their kids, anybody claiming they would be too dark simply doesn't work as a counter-argument, so it doesn't make any sense that anybody would say that. Claiming that they wouldn't be dark enough for people of color to identify with them in the way that Meghan was arguing in that Oprah Winfrey interview seems a lot more possible as a counter-argument. Look, folks, my own family is multiracial. I absolutely cannot stand racism, but I also cannot stand people who make up allegations of racism to hurt others. Both should be called out for their behavior. Meghan was more than happy to allow Oprah to lead her into that lie, and she knew exactly what she was doing. So if you ask me, other people have also said this, the king has done a good job, better than many of us expected since becoming king. But his handling of the Sussex issue does leave a lot to be desired. Even so, I refuse to accept this idea that in this situation he would require Catherine to do such a humiliating task after she had been so viciously attacked by Scooby-Doo, Meghan Markle's cheerleader. It's just unimaginable. It seemed like Meghan could perhaps rehabilitate her reputation, but the fact that Catherine had to call to reconcile with Meghan would make everybody despise Meghan even more. It's time that King Charles stood up to the two of them once and for all. King Charles, I hate to say, has a blind spot when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Meghan also had a scheme from the very start. Marry into the royal family, stay for a little while, then run back to the U.S. and California so that she would be invited to all the red carpet events, get to go to all the A-list parties. It is high time that King Charles and Parliament strip Harry and Meghan of every and any title. Now, at the same time, I kind of appreciate that the king would like to see a reconciliation between his sons. But he's king of his people, and the truth is the people don't want Harry and Meghan anywhere near the royal family. They just took things too far. They can never be forgiven. Now, if King Charles can forgive and forget, that's his business, but nobody else can. If King Charles really wants to be even less popular than he already is, then okay, go ahead. Forgive them, let them back in. But he needs to hand over the crown to William if that's what he's going to do, because at least William is going to handle the Sussex situation a lot better than King Charles ever will. And as for Catherine calling up Meghan Markle, there is no way she would stoop so low. I don't think anybody believes this story. The only way this situation could have possibly played out in reality is if Charles asked William if Catherine would agree to reach out to Meghan, because William had refused a request to contact his brother. Now, William would of course have said the decision would be hers to make, so maybe Charles asked Catherine about it. After checking with her husband that he had no objection, she agreed to the king's request. But still, I don't believe that it ever happened. The royal family is also clearly not racist, as was proven by the way they welcomed Harry and Meghan to the royal family. They were treated as equals. Not only did King Charles walk Meghan Markle down the aisle, but Princess Catherine also agreed to allow her son, Prince George, to participate in the wedding. Uncle Gary has said that Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who he has known since she was a little girl, is a person who is gorgeous both inside and out, and I 100% believe that. Now, Catherine is a lovely person. Not only is she not capable of being a racist, it's just not in her character. That tells us that Catherine embraces people of color. This is just another example of Meghan Markle making up lies to try to hurt the royals. But anyway, back to the main issue. There's no way the king would ask Catherine to do that. Why would he do such a thing? He knows who the loyal members of the family are, and he wouldn't jeopardize his good relationship with Prince William and Catherine just to make Harry and Meghan happy. Now, maybe some Americans are going to fall for this little stunt, but I don't think most people in Britain are so gullible. And as far as I can tell, King Charles hasn't given in to Harry's demands. He just ignores all Harry's fits. The removal of any titles kind of is out of his hands. That is up to Parliament, but I sure hope it happens. These racist claims are just all made up by Meghan Markle. I mean, it's contrived. Harry and Meghan were trying to breathe life into a false claim. This racist claim by Meghan is being used by her to try to control the royal family. And from the very beginning, Prince William has said the royal family is very much not a racist family. It's simply a matter at this point of who to believe, and I know I will never believe anything Meghan and Harry say. And what's Meghan doing now that King Charles has fallen ill? Stress is not good for one's health, and Meghan knows that. But don't they understand there is no future in being the brother of a king whose wife you have tried to ruin? One thing we cannot deny is that Charles has a lot of love in his heart for Catherine as a daughter, not even just a daughter-in-law. He would never expect her to demean herself by apologizing for something that never happened. He also loves William, and he appreciates William's loyalty to the throne. As king, Charles has to do whatever he can to protect the throne for future reigns. He knows that William and Catherine are the future of the monarchy. Harry and Meghan are just a couple of annoying mosquitoes buzzing in his ear. And, Catherine is so much classier than Meghan. If it really did happen, it just shows that she would do what the king asked her regardless of her personal feelings, which, again, does fit with who she is. Above all, Catherine remains committed to her duty, but still, I don't think the king should have asked that of her, and I don't think he did. If he really wanted them to reconcile, then he could have allowed time to be the great peacemaker. Catherine hasn't done anything bad to Meghan, and there's no reason that she should have been the one to reach out to Meghan. After what Harry has said that he was the only one who married for love, they have a lot to apologize for. I mean, besides calling her racist, when we all remember there was supposedly only one member of the family who said something racist when Meghan told the story, and we know it wasn't Catherine. But apparently they'll just throw anybody under the bus if they think it's going to get them some attention. Okay, folks, I have just analyzed and offered my personal opinion on how Catherine sought out Meghan for relief after the racism scandal in the royal family. And what do you think about this issue? Please leave a comment to let us know. Or if you want me to make more videos on any topic, feel free to suggest it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for watching, goodbye, and I'll be back to see you in the next videos.